With so much bad news going on in the world, isn't it refreshing to know that there are people out there trying to make a difference? Our next guest is doing just that. She is Daphna Michelson, a woman who quit her job and traveled the country to feature ordinary people doing extraordinary things in a documentary. And now she's here on our show. Daphna Michelson, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Now, you actually had a dream job. You were a hospital volunteer director, and then all of a sudden you quit to travel the country and find these amazing people. What inspired you to quit?
It was a time where I noticed that the economy was going down and people were getting frustrated, and I felt that they were feeling depressed and giving up their control over what their futures would be, hoping for the right person to be elected into office. We were all so focused on that at the time. And I felt like if I went around the country and highlighted people who recognized problems in their community and raised their hands and said, you know what, you may have this problem too, I'm going to solve it for both of us, that I would be able to show that within each of us lies the power to take control and change the situation at hand.
And it's really inspiring to see people who are trying to change things. But you went to all 50 states to do it. How did you afford to do this, to make this inspirational documentary?
Well, 2009 wasn't the year for fundraising, as everybody remembers, so ultimately I did cash in my 401k to make it happen. I felt like it was an investment not only in myself, but in America, and I thought, why not?
So what was the experience like for you? You set out on this journey. What happens next?
I put out there that I was looking for people who were solving problems in community very vaguely, and then I followed the trail as people would say, hey, let me tell you about Cassandra in Alabama, who's helping teens who are alone on the streets at night, and she opened up this whole youth center, and she's just a woman. It was unbelievable as I went around and I met these people who were so inspiring to me and I knew would be inspiring to others.
What was your goal personally? You're meeting all of these other inspiring people. Was it to inspire you, or was it to raise awareness? What was your goal?
My goal was to inspire others. You know, I had this utopic vision that people would watch it and get so inspired that they would say, you know what, I've got a problem too, and I'm going to choose to solve it. I'm not going to wait for somebody else. And that's still my hope. And I know that it's being met because people are writing to me and saying, oh my God, I watched your videos and I read your blogs and I'm doing something too. And they're telling me their stories. So I haven't been able to stop telling stories. Even though I've stopped traveling, I'm still interviewing people and sharing stories of unbelievable community change agents.
How did you find the people that you focused on?
Fortunately, social media exploded during 2009, so Facebook was my really primary way to find people. Twitter was a secondary, and then Help a Reporter Out, which is a great service run by Peter Shankman, really helped me find people all over the country, in every state.
And you have documented them so well. Now, we actually have one of your inspirational stories coming up next. One of the inspiring stories right here on The Balancing Act. Meet the inspirational people from Daphna's journey. A man who turned violence into artistic expression for youth. Plus, if you are inspired, we'll tell you how you can get a grant to change your community. We'll be right back. Welcome back to The Balancing Act, everybody. We're talking to a mother who literally quit her job, cashed in her 401k, and traveled the country to interview ordinary people making big changes in their communities. Meet the woman behind the 50 and 52 Journey documentary, Daphna Michelson, and one of her inspirational subjects, Mike Rosenfeld, and his special guest, Calvin Early. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Daphna, tell me about Mike here. How did you meet Mike, and what was this like for you?
Just like any other state, I put out that I was going to Florida, asked people to tell me who were solving community problems, and I got an email that told me about this incredible guy, Mike, who grew up in Miami, had joined a gang, and then through a strange coincidence, circle of events, decided to start this Youth Expressions to stop others from taking the path he took.
Mike, this is incredible. Your story is so inspirational. What is Youth Expressions, and how did you get to this point?
Youth Expressions is an outlet for kids to tap into who they are through their expression. Not just kids, but young adults also. I mean, the belief system is if we know who we are and we can honor our values, then we can live a life of fulfillment. So it's understanding who we are, what we want, and how we can give back that makes us happy. And that's what Youth Expressions is about.
Now, Calvin, you joined Youth Expressions. What has this experience been like for you? How has it changed you?
Well, I mean, I came into Youth Expressions with the mindset that I would be the next big rapper or the next big thing, and it completely changed. And a lot of different things allowed that to happen. I mean, once, just for example, I saw Mike standing in between two people, both holding guns at each other, and convinced them to stop and put them down. And both of these people are artists, and they actually a couple months following that, they actually did a track together. You know what I mean? And things like that is really what we try to use the power of music for, and the power of the art and expression for, and that's what I hope to continue to do.
Now, Mike, listening to that story, how does that make you feel, knowing that what you've done has affected someone so tremendously?
I mean, in one sense, it makes sense, because you're able to look at our lives and look at what we perceive to be negative and find the purpose in it. And the purpose in everything is for us to give back and to serve, and that's where our fulfillment comes from. So watching Calvin is just, it's an honor to be a part of his life.
You think he'll take over for you one day?
He's already doing it. He's on his way for sure. Absolutely.
Calvin, it's really, really amazing. Now, Daphna, you have introduced these two people to the country. What's next now for
Now
you?
I'm looking for people who are also trying to solve community problems. They don't have to be as broad and sweeping as what Mike is doing, but whatever you consider a problem in your community that you're looking to solve, we're looking to help you and looking to reach out and bring you to Colorado and give you some training and send you back into your community with a business plan, funding plan, and the tools that you need to get it done. So let me know what you want to do and let me get you there.
We're grateful for the work that you do. Thank you again so much for being here. Now, if you want more information on the Journey Institute, just log on to journeyinstitute.org.